Alright, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a look at the brand new High Road 40, celebrating 40 years of Storm, and this one's going to be pretty interesting. I've thrown it 4 shots. I just threw a sick messenger, so I figured I might as well turn on the camera, but 4 shots in, this is my 5th shot ever with the High Road 40, so let's learn a little bit about it together. Yeah, well, just like any other ball, it can still 10 pin, but High Road 40 is a little bit special. Storm's been using AI core technology in every new ball they released, but not this one. This is the original High Road core, 257046. I think that's the RG and diff, completely original, nothing altered in the core. And then they use the cover from the Equinox, so pearl cover, fairly stronger cover, so a little bit of a High Road pearl-ish kind of ball, just with a stronger cover. So let's see it go down the lane a little bit more, and we'll talk about my layout and my thoughts about it so far. So, layout, I was actually going to go pin up on this one, because the Road Warrior I had on the PBA was a really tall pin. I wanted to do something kind of similar on this one, but then I looked in my bag and I had like my IQ AI, my Sen 25, those balls, and I don't have a Road Warrior right now, but when I drill one, it's going to be a tall pin. So all the balls in the bottom end of my bag where I expect this one to fit was pin up. So I actually went pin down. So pretty, I know I went pin down on a ball, sugar, but 4 3/4 pin down. Pretty normal layout, pretty close to what I used to do on my Idle Synergies, which kind of filled that lower end of the ball, clean ball for me for a while. So similar layout to that, shouldn't be too dissimilar to whatever you would want to do. But yeah, let's throw some more shots here. This ball smells amazing, by the way. Oh, that would have been, I don't even know if that would have qualified as a messenger, but that would have been a crazy hit. All right, but anyway, as you can tell, the High Road 40 gets down the lane pretty easily. It comes off the end of the pattern, the back end, pretty nicely without being sharp, which is kind of what I know a lot of people had like, oh, well, the High Road was the greatest ball at being clean and snapping, but I never thought the High Road was that. To me, the High Road always just looked like it was clean and very, not smooth, but very continuous, very round. And that was what it did better than any other ball on the market at that point, because it felt like when the lanes got dry and a little spotty, the High Road could just blend that out and keep going through the pins, where if you didn't have a High Road, you were forced into either using a stronger ball to blend out the spottiness, or you were forced into using a weaker ball, or a quicker weak ball to get it through the dry part of the lane. But then the quicker response time made that spottiness a lot more sensitive, and you were either creating control, sacrificing pin carry, or you were sacrificing control for pin carry. So that was why the High Road was so dominant, like from my point of view. And it kind of feels like this one does the kind of same. It's clean, it gets down the lane nicely, but it still reaches the mid lane, and it's just that nice, smooth, continuous motion on the back. It's a little bit slower, comes off it nicely, just and keeps going. It doesn't do anything surprising. It doesn't, like, I'm not going like, all right, I didn't expect that one to hook, or all right, that went 10 feet further than I thought it was going to. It's just very consistent motion at the lower end of my bag for when there's a lot of friction, which is a really good thing to have. Because I'm sure you guys know, we ball on quite a lot of friction often. Very nice. Doesn't slow down through the pins, just keeps going, creates really nice deflection, really nice pin carry. So I like what I'm seeing. So to compare it to other balls, right now I don't actually have a high road Pearl, or a road warrior, which would be the best balls to compare it to, like similarity wise. Just simply because I don't use those balls very often in Europe, and since there's not a lot of tournaments to ball right now, hasn't really been a need for me to drill them. I do have a Sen 25 and IQ AI with me here, because that's basically the lower end of my bag right now. So that's where the High Road 40 would fit in comparatively, and so we can see how it looks compared to those. Let's throw a couple more with the High Road 40, and then we'll try switching balls. All right, so I'm gonna move, what is this, 6 left, just to kind of show you how it looks with a little more angle. Yeah, still pretty nice. Got there, even got it in the yard a little bit. This, it's not a completely fresh house pattern, 41 feet, 25-ish milliliters. 5-to-1. It has been a little bit of balling on here, so a little bit of the lane is dried up, a little bit of carry down, especially feels like there's a little carry down when you get in around second arrow. So getting it to the right is fairly important. So let's try to throw this one a little further right and see if it comes off it nice and strong. Oh, almost at the messenger. Yeah, so definitely got it a little further right, still came off of it, but still in that nice, smooth, continuous manner. It's none of that where it hooks and stops or just over bounces or anything. It just does a little bit more than it did the shot before when I got it in the oil. Fortunately, it didn't strike, but we're just testing out and seeing what's going on here. Obviously in this it looks pretty decent. I would maybe touch the surface just a little bit if I was balling on a fresher pattern, but so far pretty good. Let's get a strike from in here before we move. So just gonna roll this one a pinch stronger. Not sure what hit the 10 pin, but took away a messenger from me. Head pin would definitely have hit that one, but got to strike. Some cool hits today for sure. All right, and then just a couple shots where we move a little bit further right, play a little straighter, just to show you that it can also do that. So this is really on top of the friction. That looks pretty good. Clean, picks up, you can see it pick up fairly early because of all the friction, but it doesn't go crazy off of it, it just kind of rolls off of it, which is exactly what you want from a high road, from a ball in the lower end of your bag. very high road sin. Like I think it has all the high road trademarks for me. The way I'm thinking, high road pearl really reminds me of that. Maybe just a little bit stronger with the Equinox core. Oh, that was in. Got it in, hit the carry down. Again, just doesn't over skid there, just kind of lays there and still has that little continuous motion into the pocket. Really nice. All right, let's get a comparison going. Let's throw the Sen 25. Obviously, a lot stronger core, lower RG, higher diff, a lot stronger core. Not sure how much stronger the cover is, but I think the cover is also stronger overall. Just a stronger ball and a pin-up layout. So this is where I felt like I was lined up the best with the High Road 40. Let's see what this one does. Much sooner reaction, and I actually think the response time on the Sen 25 is quicker than the High Road 40, because when it saw the friction fairly early, it kind of hooked and stopped and then rolled forward. Definitely felt like the Sen 25 stayed in the pocket because it kind of rolled out, where the High Road 40 hit the pocket because it got through the friction and then just hooked off of it. So that was kind of also what I expected. I would expect the Sen 25 to be a step up from the High Road 40, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. So let's just let's try moving in here, create a little more angle, and see how this one looks. You can definitely see the Sen 25 got into more oil, created more angle, and it kind of gets to the spot where it wants to hook and then hooks very quickly and stops. So a completely different motion than the High Road 40, although they fit a similar spot in my back. Completely different motions and completely different ways I would use them. I'd probably use the Sen 25. Let's just say I used the Sen 25 game 4 in a 6-game block. I would definitely be stepping down to the High Road 40 when I feel like the Sen 25 gets a little too early, starts seeing those spots on the lane, friction spots on the lane, where it will either overhook or roll out. So that would be when I would go down to the High Road 40 off of the Sen 25. And now let's see the IQAI. Pretty tall pin on this one. Again, much different. Not sure how much different the cover actually is, but obviously the core is lower RD and much lower diff in this one. So again, should be a completely different motion, but similar spot in my back. Yeah, you can really tell it there. The IQAI is much more responsive. It's probably the most responsive ball in my bag, honestly. And you can tell it there. It still gets through the friction. It gets through the friction early in the lane, but then just really hooks off the friction further down lane. So this one's definitely, again, a lot sharper motion, a lot more violent motion than the High Road 40. Let's throw one from 6 left up there, like we did with the High Road and Sen. Yeah, and that one, comparing those 3 balls, all 3 balls struck from that spot further left. But the IQAI definitely picked up stronger and went left. So where the Sen kind of saw it in the same spot and hooked and then kind of tumble forward, the IQAI sees it in the same spot and really hooks left off of it, and the High Road 40 just kind of rolls and continues off of it in a lot smoother motion. So looking at those 3 balls in my bag, the Sen 25 is definitely the earliest of those 3, I feel like, and the one that wants to tumble and go forward the most for me. Not in the smooth sense, but more in like the tumbly sense. IQAI is a little cleaner than the Sen 25, but a lot more responsive and wants to hook and continue a lot more. So that's probably the ball I would be able to play the furthest left with, but it's also the ball that would be the most sensitive when the lane starts to get a little wet, dry, or a little spotty. And then the High Road 40 is a step down from both. It's cleaner than both of them. It's cleaner than both the Sen and the IQAI, but it's also smoother and a lot more rounded and more continuous in a smooth motion. So 3 completely different motions. I would use all 3 of them would be in use for me on drier lanes, but completely different lane play strategies to use these 3. IQAI would most likely be very far left. Sen 25 would probably be when I close down my angles a little bit more and need just a little stronger cover before the lanes get really dry. And then the High Road 40 can be a little bit of everything, but definitely when the lanes get too dry for the IQAI or the Sen 25. So that's kind of where I see it fit in my bag. See the High Road 40 a little bit more, because that's what you came for, right? That looks really good. I really like that motion. Again, I don't have any of the other roads. I would actually expect this one to probably be a little more rounded, a little smoother than the Road Warrior. So I would expect the Road Warrior to be a little bit stronger, a little more responsive than the High Road 40, but probably to where with the different layout, when I drill my Road Warrior with a taller pin, I definitely expect it to be able to move a little further left with the Road Warrior and use it further left on the lane, have it be a little more responsive off of the back end. Compared to the original High Road and the High Road Pearl, definitely feel like this one is stronger with the stronger Pearl cover. So a step up from those. Motion-wise, very similar. So if you're looking for a replacement for High Road or High Road Pearl, High Road 40 is definitely the ball to go to, but it will be a little bit stronger, I feel like. I don't think it's going to be night and day difference, but probably a couple boards more. And but that's probably also not too bad of a thing, since we are in general bowling on more oil now. So definitely like this one. Fills that High Road gap, a High Road Pearl gap in the lower end of my bag. Completely different motion than the IQAI, than the Sen 25, and I think it's going to be different enough from the Road Warrior to where you can have both in your arsenal if you throw those kind of balls a lot, and if you have maybe a little bit bigger arsenal to work with. But yeah, that's the High Road 40. Looking forward to throwing this one. It looks really good, and honestly didn't have super high expectations, since I don't use these types of balls too much, at least not in Europe, because of all the urethane and a little fresher lane surfaces. But I think this one's going to be really, really good. Definitely going to put it in my bag for some of the upcoming tournaments, and we'll see. Let's end this video with one more shot, hopefully one more strike with the High Road 40, and give this video a like, and please subscribe. That would help me out a lot. So thank you, and I hope to see you in another video.